Okay. Today we're going to learn the cello. Now to start, you need to lift it up and adjust the end pin. Now the end pin height depends on, your physical stature. So the way to do it is the C tuning peg, so this one right here, is supposed to be in line kind of with your left ear. And then there are 3 points of contact, right at your knees and then your chest. That doesn't look bad, but I would say maybe move it out just a bit more.
Like that?
Yes. Okay, now let's start with the bow. What the bow works is you hold it in your right hand. This is the frog, this is the bow hair, and this is the stick. You want your thumb to go on this part of the bow, so like right at the end of the frog here. Thumb there, index finger lays on top kind of. That's how you apply pressure when you bow. Middle and ring finger go on the frog like this, and then pinky just kind of lays across the adjusting screw. So it should look like this when you hold it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about the left hand when we get there. The left hand is going to be like when you play other notes that aren't open string. And the way the strings are set up, from lowest to highest, so your right to your left is C, G, D, and A. They're tuned in fifths. And we're only going to worry about the D string, so that's this one. So let's go in the book to where we talk about D. Can you see that okay? Okay. Now, your D is going to sound like this. And when you bow, you want to bow in between the bridge and the fingerboard. That's where you're going to get the best sound. So let's just try that again. Okay. So let's just go with number 2, let's play an open D.
Okay.
1, 2, ready, and. Nice, okay, and you picked up on it too. When you play the different notes, for our purposes, it's going to be each note gives its own bow stroke.
Okay.
So now let's move on to E. Now E, you're going to use the first finger, which is your ring finger. Or excuse me, your index finger, sorry. And E is going to be, it's kind of by your left ear. So if you were to look at it, you wouldn't really be able to see it, if that makes sense. And you want to square your hand when you use this. So you're going to put the index finger down, and you can put the rest of them down, just try not to touch the string with it. And you want to use like the pad of your finger. That's where you're going to put your pressure down with.
Okay.
And this is what E should sound like. Okay, so let's try E. Number 14. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay. Now, the thing is too, you can adjust as you're bowing to get more in tune with your left hand.
Okay.
Now let's go to F sharp. Okay, F sharp is going to be with the third finger. Every other instrument here has it with the second finger. You can use third finger. So with your left hand set up, index finger is your first finger, middle finger is your second finger, ring finger is your third finger. So if E is here, you're going to skip down a little bit, and F sharp is going to be somewhere down there.
Okay.
And you want to kind of put your thumb, keep it in line with your middle finger. So here's what F sharp is going to sound like. Try that again. Okay, try it one more time. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just need to hear it. Okay. So let's try F sharp now. So, 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, what did you think about that?
I started to lose the grip on the bow halfway through.
Okay. So let's readjust the bow real quick, the bow grip. Like I said, I know it's not common for you because you're not a string player. So that takes a little bit of time to get used to. Let's try F sharp again. Listen to it one more time. Okay. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, what'd you think about that?
It's better.
Okay. Now, since you know those three notes, we're going to move to hot cross buns. So, now we have some new things that weren't in the other ones. I know you have a bass clef, and you have where the note names are not on the note head. So, what's your starting note?
F sharp.
Yes. So, you also have different markings in here. You have this thing that kind of looks like half of a box. That's a down bow.
Okay.
You have this thing, which is an up bow.
Okay.
Sorry, I did that backwards. This way, it's an up bow. And then you have this breath mark. So that's just a reset. So that means you're going to bring it back to when you can down bow.
Okay.
So, oh, and also, I know we talked about it earlier, but each note is going to get its own bowing. So da 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 da. Okay. Want to try it?
Yeah.
Okay. So first, let's check the first note again. So this is what F sharp is going to sound like. Okay. And then let's pick a good tempo. So about too slow, too fast.
That's fun.
Okay. 1, 2, ready, and. Reset. Okay. Other than that little mishap, kind of, after the repeat, what'd you think?
It was okay.
Okay. You want to try it again?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. You want to take it any faster, or you want to take it at the same tempo?
That's a fine tempo.
Okay. 1, 2, ready, and. to try one more time?
Sure.
For a little bit more intonation accuracy. And like I said, as you're going, you can adjust, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So let's try this one more time. 1, 2, ready, and. Reset. Okay. I noticed as we went through each time, it was like your hand slowly moved up the neck.
Okay.
So no, I'm just saying that's like a tendency that you have, like as a player. So if you were to play cello again, just keep that in mind.
Mhm.
That you have a tendency to move up. Let's see. That's about all I noticed. Well, and to try your best to keep when you bow, to keep it, you know, like parallel as best you can. Because there were a couple times you had a tendency to kind of slide up.
Okay.
Other than that, I thought you went pretty well for your first lesson.
Mhm.
Do you have any comments, questions, concerns?
No.
Okay, cool. Now we're going to do the violin. Now, obviously the violin's smaller than the cello, so I'm going to stand up for this one. You're going to take it in your left hand, up on the neck, and bring it up to your shoulder. You want, this is the end pin, you want that to kind of go at your neck, and you want to put, this is the chin rest, you want your chin to be on the chin rest, as best as it can be. So let's try and slide it down just a little bit more.
Slide down this way?
Yes.
Okay.
And now, that looks pretty good. You want to have your left hand up by, yes, up by the nut, and that's this thing. And you want it to, you don't want it to be flat up against, you want to kind of be able to see an opening. So that's good. And this, like the cello, is tuned in fifths. And going from your left to right, lowest string is G, next one is D, next one is A, and your highest string is E.
Okay.
And the way this one works is, the way you hold the bow is the same thing as the cello. So, you know, thumb goes here on the frog, or not on the frog really, but on this side of the frog. Index finger goes here, middle and ring finger go here, but the only thing that's different is the pinky. The pinky doesn't lay across, it's kind of rounded to a point like that on the screw. So let's see what you got.
Like that?
Let me take a look. Yes, except you can kind of relax the pinky just a little bit. Yes, there you go.
The pinky bends like that.
Oh.
Either pops like that.
Okay.
Is that good?
Try and keep your middle and ring finger more on the frog. There we go. Okay, now let's try. Oh, bowing is the same thing. I should talk about that too. Bowing is the same thing. This is kind of the sweet spot in between the fingerboard and the bridge. That's where you're going to get the best sound for what we're doing. So, keep your left hand up by the nut. Let's play a D. It's open string. And do you remember what string I said that was?
Yes.
No, that's an A.
Is it?
Yes.
Which one? This one?
Yes. So here's what your D is going to sound like. Yes. Do you have enough room to move around?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do the same thing that we did with the cello. Open D. 1, 2, ready, and. Good. Now let's move on to E. So E is again first finger, and you're going to read this line. This line. E's first finger. If you're looking, it's kind of up by where you already have it, but we just got to be careful. Here's what E is going to sound like. Play it again. Okay, let's adjust to this. Okay, bring your index finger down the neck just a little bit. Now try it. Okay. It was close to where we had it the first time. So let's try E. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, now the thing I noticed is you kind of like moved around with the bow. You want to try and keep it, in a line, if that makes sense. Because you're like this way and this way and this way.
Yeah,
I know
it
there's
was going
a
the one
tendency.
way,
Yeah.
so I tried to fix it.
Okay, you want to try it again?
Sure.
Okay. Also, too, let's bring this up so you're not drooping down.
Okay.
Okay, that might also. So let's try E again. Here's what E sounds like. Okay, same thing. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay. Your sound is a bit scratchy. So we can do a couple things about that. Try not to put down as much pressure. These are a little bit thinner strings than the cello, but even so, let's see, you're on that string, so that's the second thickest string. So you need some pressure, but not a whole lot. Also, too, with the cello, the bowing was kind of just like this in a line. When you bow, go ahead and put your bow back up. When you bow for violin, you kind of want to go that way, if that makes sense. So it's not exactly parallel, it's a little bit angled.
A little bit this way.
A little bit. Take it back just a touch. A little bit that way. No, there,
Okay.
but not that much. There we go. Something like that. So it's not exactly parallel, but. So let's try E one more time. Bring it up. There we go. Okay, here's E. Okay. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, what'd you think about that?
That was pretty good for my first time.
Yes, it is, it is. So now let's try F sharp. Now, F sharp is different for this one. It was different for cello, because for cello, you used your third finger for F sharp. For all the other instruments, you're going to use your second finger, which is your middle finger. So it's going to be the first finger for E, and then the second finger is somewhere around here. So here's what F sharp is going to sound like. Listen one more time. Okay. So, and if it's more comfortable for you, you can keep your index finger down when you play F sharp also, because your pressure is coming from your middle finger.
Yeah.
So let's try F sharp now. 1, 2, ready, and. thing I keep noticing is you have a tendency to move all around again.
Okay.
So I know, like I said in the last one, I know this is all new to you. Try your best to keep going the same way. Try not to move around too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tendency that you have that I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
So let's try this one more time. F sharp. 1, 2, ready, and. It wasn't too bad. Now let's move on to hot cross buns again. Now you're going to read this line here right above the cello. Excuse me, right above the viola.
Mm-hmm.
Treble clef now, not bass clef.
Yeah.
What's your starting note?
F sharp.
Yes. And same thing with the markings, but I'll mention it again. You have this thing, it kind of looks like a box cut in half.
Mm-hmm.
That means down bow. You have this thing, means up bow. And you have these breath marks, that is a reset.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try and remember the tempo from the last time, but if not, we'll probably set a new one. Here's what your starting note is going to sound like. Okay, so let's give it a try. 1, 2, ready, and. Restart. Okay. What'd you think?
At the end there, it got out of tune, and I
Mhm.
corrected the wrong way.
Okay,
So
but
it got worse.
at least you noticed that it was out of tune, because some people just go with it. I'd like for you to try it again.
Okay.
I'll watch you more this time. Again, try and keep this up, because I know, you gotta droop down sometimes.
Okay.
So let's try it again. Okay, let's check F sharp again. Okay. 1, 2, ready, and. And regroup. Okay, that didn't sound too bad. At the end, on that last note, you picked up another string.
Yeah.
Do you have anything? Do you want to try it again for your sake? It's up to you. I don't care.
I think I'm good.
Okay. You did very good for never playing a stringed instrument before. I'm going to say that. I didn't want to sound like I was coming off too harsh. So yeah, it sounded good on violin and on cello.
Thank you.
So good job.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sarah.